following is a presentation of MRE UNO, Division 2.
For both players, this represents a quest in their goal to eternal glory. For both players, they've gone through different paths to get to this point, from highs and lows to jumping in with electricity to staying resilient throughout. Both these players have done a lot to get to this point, and now they go head to head with a shot to try and make it to the Bullseye Finale. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our second Final Four match of Archery April here over in D2 MRE UNO. We got number 7 seeded Omii, the winner of the Crusade region, going up against number 14 seed winner of the Bow region in J Money. Really good one we got ready for you here, and we'll walk you through how both players got here. Starting with Omii, who is the higher seed. 17-6 game record overall, has done really well throughout this tournament. Started off with a very long match against Gumma in the round of 64, won that one 4-1, was able to adjust to Gumma's style, and then took down Nifty 4-2, who was on such a great run to that point. Omii with the experience, though, taking the go-ahead and getting the win there. Then he was able to beat Cyan 4-1. That probably shouldn't say sweep, it was 4-1, but did really well in that matchup there. Was able to execute on the cards he got and got the job done, and then of course beat White Spider in the last round 5-2. White Spider, former finalist in this league, able to get the win there, and Omii made his first Final Four through that match. Now he looks to make his first finale from here. Then we'll go over the J Money here. Game record is 13-5, not 13-6. Apologize for that, but he's had an interesting path. He has had a variety of ways to win his matches. Started off with a normal win against Evan 4-2. Probably the most normal win he's had this entire bracket. But it's gone all crazy since then. And then in what's now the new longest D2 series in history that went over 2 hours, and the stream went over 3 hours itself. Pure chaos. Beat number 650 4-3 in that one. And he was really stayed resilient throughout that one. That was a very long match. But from that, he was able to have a very quick match in the regional semifinals. Swept Jamie. Jamie didn't really have much for J Money. J Money was on a roll, and then I say he's won by really weird methods. He won by a DQ win in the regional final. That's only the second time that's ever happened. Rana unfortunately just disappeared. Don't really know what happened to Rana. Wish the best for her, but have to keep this moving. So J Money advanced via DQ in the only method that a DQ win helps us now. He locked himself into the postseason no matter what happens tonight. We'll take a look at the bracket, and we have a very peculiar situation we could have here, because if J Money wins tonight, we would have a 14v14 finale, which would be the highest sum by a long shot in the league's history. But Joao with the massive win over Ridley 5-4 earlier today. Really good back and forth match, but Joao able to hang on and survive the comeback Ridley was on, as Ridley was trying to make a 4-1 comeback. But Joao, first debut since My Hail back in April Airwave last season to make the finale. He's looking to be able to get the victory here and do the best thing you can in your debuts. That wins the tournament. Of course, you have J Money, Omii next. This should be a good one. J Money looking to have the 14v14, and Omii looking to take down 2 14 seeds en route to a tournament victory. Take a look at the stream here. Don't currently have a co-commentator right now. I don't know if Brad wants to jump in. But if not, I could run this solo. I'm joined by Omii, who's in the VC. J Money is currently not in the VC right now, but he might join a bit later, but he also might answer through text. We'll just go to Omii right away. You had quite the run throughout this tournament so far. This is coming off what was generally a disappointing showing in February. Thoughts on the run here? Best run in your career by far, and what are the expectations for you tonight to try to get the win here and move on to the finale?
Pretty happy, man. I mean, honestly, I've been doing the whole thing, the same thing the whole season. Shooting up a prayer straight up. And that's been working throughout this whole time. I'm finally, there's some charm. They can make it, hopefully. And yeah, just gotta keep going with that, man.
All right. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if J Money will join. I know he's coming back from work here, so bit of a back and forth here as both looking to get ready. But this was the time that worked for both. We'll see if he joins UC. Otherwise, I could just type out what I can ask him. But yeah. See what we'll see what J Money has to say. But yeah, I'm probably just gonna have the questions typed in case he can't, but okay. Alright, that's fine. I will just type his questions. But that's not good. Alright, so that's going to be the question for J Money. If you've won a variety of ways to get this point, just your second career tournament in the Final Four. Thoughts on what you need to get the job done tonight to cause the 14v14 finale. So, we will see what he says, but the headache could be a slight issue for J Money right now. Hopefully it's not too serious, but yeah. This is unfortunately Yoshi was not available at this time, so that's kind of the difficulty we're having to run solo commentary to try to fill in the dead space. But while J Money's typing again, we can look back at his path again here again. He's beaten except for I guess Rana broke the streak, but the seeding is kind of been going up in terms of J Money's opponents he's beaten, because 3, 6, 10, and then Rana was a 9. He's gonna be a 7 here, but if J Money advances, it's gonna go back up to 14. So bit of a upward trend with the seeds for J Money's path, and then you compare that to Omii, who's kind of more in the lower end. Omii's definitely beaten a lot more lower seeded players throughout this path. 7, 7, 15, kind of the exception there. 3, 4. That should be number 10 seed Gamma also. But I digress. Get the job done. Job's been done. Nah, but for real, only thoughts keep calling plays a good Uno. All right. Well, I don't really got much to add on here. And I know both these players are antsy to get going, so we'll get things rolling with game number 1. Omii's gonna have the call here, so we'll see what he decides to go with. It's gonna be 8 cards, so I'm gonna stay in that mid tier to start things off, and we are underway as a timer did not show up. Thanks. All right. Well, okay. All right. Probably not going to be the fully accurate for game 1, but hopefully it'll be good enough. But we start with a quick switch to red 7. I mean, we saw Omii do a lot of that in his prior match, so might continue the same trend tonight. I think for J Money though, especially with the headache, he might slow things down a bit to start things off. So wouldn't be surprised if he have a slower pace game 1. All right, gonna run with a red 9. Omii looking to keep things going, and he will with the red 8. So sticking with the numbers right now. So you don't tend really to expect a lot of the ammo early on, especially at this point in the competition. But yeah, J Money's gonna slow things down here. Just gonna have a slower pace game 1 to kick things off. I might just quickly do the Uno log, just have the correct time. Okay, I actually think I got it pretty accurate, so yeah, alright. So J Money gonna play cool. sticks with the numbers, red 1. Omii with the quick play again. And I do think this is going to be a slower pace game 1 here. But as I say that, it's going to be a relatively quick draw from J Money. Omii looking to capitalize, and no, he will not. So, stuck on the red 4. Now we go into Draw City. Oh, nope. Omii gets a top deck, red 3. Maybe looking for the switch here. Can J Money get it? Gonna take a second to think. Gonna take a second to think through this. No, he's gonna draw. Can Omii get the switch? No, he actually has a hold here, so that goes into the 5. J Money's still drawing, can't find anything on the red, and Omii runs out as well. Yeah, we are having a slower start to this game, as J Money gets the red 2. Both of them are looking for something here, and Omii's gonna finally get it on the green. He was able to stay low, so he's only at 4 cards now, so he's not in a bad spot. But we'll see what J Money responds with on the green. Just gonna be a green 7. This has been all numbers so far. And this is only really the second color we played. We started on yellow, but we didn't get a single card off. It was an immediate switch, so only played 2 colors so far. And there's gonna be a big run here. This gonna be Uno +6. J Money's gonna be at 14 cards, so might have something in the bag to keep the game going. But Omii with the early attack. Only a number yellow 9. Gonna take a bit of a risk here, and it's gonna work out. Omii's gonna draw out. Now J Money looking to take advantage. It's gonna be a self ditto. Good play there to force another draw unless Omii gets a top deck. Now really for J Money at this point, I mean, Omii doesn't have any yellow, and you're just kind of carefully treading these numbers right now. It's gonna be the main idea for him to try to get him up to more cards without trying to throw out that ammo. And he's gonna jump for the blue switch though. Wants to see what else there is. He has a blue. What's J Money got? Again, keeping things a bit slow here, but blue 1, and Omii runs out again, so the exploration works. Looking to possibly keep the blue going. Could there be a run here also? No, it's going to be a self-ditto, so that's the second self-ditto of the game. Omii draws again. Now J Money is really closing this gap in now. And no, he's run out as well, so both stuck on the blue 1 now. We got another draw city. Top deck's the blue 9, looking for a switch. Omii doesn't have it. Does J Money have it? No. I mean, honestly, with the yellow 9s played before, I would be a little bit surprised if he did have that switch there. But I mean, J Money really wants to make sure he still stays within range. Yellow 8 for J Money, looking for potentially another switch here. Omii draws again. And he's gonna have it this time. Goes back into the green. It's originally where Omii started that big +6. It's gonna be a crossover into the yellow now, so Omii looking to take control of the color. And J Money has nothing on the yellow. It's gonna have to draw. Omii looking to keep it rolling though. And he will. J Money with a yellow 3. Omii looking to keep things going. Had the early attack, but then got stuck with the draws, but looking to be on the offensive again. And J Money again stuck on this yellow here. Cannot really find anything. Got that top deck, but can't get out of it. But Omii's gonna get the switch to green now. J Money should be freed up by this. Plays the green 0. Omii looking to keep things rolling. No, he doesn't get. Wow, that's gonna be a draw. So gave the switch to J Money. Omii maybe was hoping for a misplaced number, but did not get it, and now he's gonna be drawing. And J Money looks to go on a roll. Yeah, here it is, the numbers, and I think that's gonna give J Money the lead now. It's gonna be a +2 now, so that gives Omii the lead back. But gives two freshies to J Money. We'll see what he does now. Could he jump on this to make it a +4? No, he's just gonna play a green as Omii continues to struggle on this green. Yep, still nothing. And J Money's gonna free him up with the red. So Omii going now. J Money has not played a ton of ammo so far in this game. Just does not seem like he has. He either doesn't have the lineup or he's really just not getting much in the cards so far. But this is a flip where J Money now gives a switch, and now he only has one of that color and draws. And now Omii looking to go on a run. This has been a really interesting start as we passed 7 minutes. Both of them are giving the switches, but don't really have the answers to respond. But Omii runs out on red now. It's been a bit of a weird start to this game, but a few draw cities here and there. But this has been a much more slower paced game compared to the one earlier today. I mean, you look at that one. That one was just under 4 minutes. This one going likely well over 8, maybe into the 10-minute range. J Money gets the top deck on the red 6. Omii's gonna jump on it to get the switch the green. Now can both of them run? No, it's another crossover. This is the second time we've seen the green to yellow crossover, and this time J Money's gonna do it. And Omii's gonna be fine with it this time, so gonna go with the yellow 7. J Money looking to keep things rolling. No, he does not, and that's the second time he switches into a color where he only has one card. And now Omii is going to keep things going here. This has been a very weird, this has been a bit of a bizarre start here. Both are looking for a misplaced number and just are not getting it. Omii's going to have the switch here. I think J Money can play, but can Omii keep it playing as well? Yes, okay, so he is able to play that one this time. Blue 8 goes down to 3. I don't think J Money has played a single... I don't think J Money's played a single ammo card yet. No, only 4 cards of ammo thus far. Omii with 3+2s. And just as I say that, J Money's gonna throw down the +2, so bit of a commentator's curse there, but J Money with his first ammo cards of the game, and he's gonna do an artificial closer with the wild red. So that throws Omii back. Omii up to 9. That's gonna be a okay, so like +2, but leaves it open. Feels pretty safe that he's not gonna have another one. But that's not really good for Omii because it looks like J Money wants to roll on this red. J Money typing something up here, although sometimes he just types a bit slow. So don't really know what he's gonna bring out. Yeah, this has been a really different game compared to the one last time. It's gonna be another triple and another artificial closer with the wild red. Omii is still stuck on this as we're about to hit 10 minutes. J Money is rolling and he could be in a spot where he could close this game out soon. Especially with the double wild there. Ammo is starting to flow here. And that's gonna do it. Wow. Tried to do the call out, didn't get it. 4 reverses in a row to close out that one. And J Money goes up 1-0. Really had a good hold on that ammo there for the most part. And it's gonna take the 1-0 lead. Omii, I mean, you got out to an early lead there and you were really on the attack for most of that, but just didn't really fall your way towards the end. Any comments on that first game and any takeaways you got from that?
Nah, man. I didn't have anything. I got the wild at the end there, but I don't think there was like anything I could have done apart from like switching to blue. But I mean, I'll take it. It happens.
All right, I'm gonna type out the question for J Money. Alright, for J Money. Ammo wasn't really flowing till the end. Did you find that as the draws were happening, or was it just a long, tedious hold as the game went on? Again, really interesting start. I pointed out that J Money didn't really have any of the ammo to start things off, but then it really just started to come along as the last minute there or so. But no +4s in that first game whatsoever, so kept it clean on that regard, but a lot of +2s thrown out there. 6 of the 8. And of course, J Money with the 4 reverses to close things out. I am curious to see how much of that was a hold and how much he found through the draws. Long tedious hold. Only things I drew there were the wilds. Everything else I had since the start. Okay, interesting. So, able to be patient with that and be able to find a way to hold that till the end. Especially with some of those risks as well, because I mean he only played a number on the Uno when Omii had it, and that ended up working out. So, yeah, good stuff from J Money. We'll jump to game 2 here. Omii still has the call. He's looking to make things 1-1 here though, but still has a free range. He's gonna just try to he's gonna try to 8 again. So we will see how this goes this time. I know Science said he's BRB, so I could just quickly start this one. CA, just check. And trying to log this up the clock. There we go. All right. Red 1's gonna start things off, and it's another switch from Omii right away. Doesn't like the initial color, and he just goes for the quick switch. We've seen that out of Omii a lot, and I feel like he's just gonna keep doing that, especially on the 8-card start. And it's a crossover from J Money. He's gonna respond back to that, saying, "No, we're not doing that here." But he's gonna be fine with it. Gonna stick with the yellow. And we just run the numbers again early on. We go into the yellow. J Money runs out now, so he draws. But that gives Omii the switch here as he takes the lead. Can J Money play on this green? Yes. Here's the green 2. Can Omii keep it rolling? Yes. Keeps it going. Omii looking for a quick one here. But J Money with the switch to the red. Does Omii like that? No, he does not. Omii draws. J Money looking to roll on the red here, and it's a self-ditto. It's J Money with a lot of these self-dittos here. He's really able to find that card efficiency. And it's just kind of forcing Omii in a bad spot. That's all three times he's used that. It's been Omii drawing, so stalls out on red eventually though. But I think overall that works out for J Money. Omii was really rolling towards a quick finish there, but now we enter another draw city. The draws keep on coming here, but J Money looking for something here. We saw he got the wilds in the last game. See if he finds something similar as well here. He's gonna find a skip here, either the green or the red. So we go to the green. Question is what J Money gonna do here now? Is it could be a big run potentially. Oh my lordy lord! Wow. Okay. We're gonna have to break that down for a second because I was not expecting a finish there, but that's 2-0 J Money. Gets the bail somewhere, but red skip, green +2, green skip, blue reverse. Wow. 6-card run to the finish. Found it on the draw cities. Omii just had all numbers. Really just kind of didn't get any fair share of that, but I think the only question I really have for J Money was what were the draws, because that really played out to be a bailout. I guess for Omii, it didn't seem like he was able to do much in that game. But any thoughts on the start of the series? And anything you feel maybe could go a little different in the away stand?
Honestly, I mean, I watched the earlier match, and hey, it's never too late to not give up, right? And you know, at the end of the day, the luck is going his side right now, but at any moment he can switch to my side. So just hoping for that.
All right, we'll see how that goes. But big start early for J Money. Had a longer game 1, but a quick game 2, especially off the bailout from the plus. Red skip was all I needed. Drew second green skip, but that was just cherry on top. Oh wow. Okay, so got the red skip there. And then than double green skip that really just kind of allowed him to get that run. It's quite the start here, but J Money is going to now have the arrow here. He's looking to make this 3-0 as he gets the call. I believe Riff Siam will ask him what he wants. But just can't pick 8, and he has 2 wins on 8 so far, so 8's working out for him, but can't pick it for game 3. Alright, gonna go 12. See how this works out. Yell's 7. Omii usually likes these early switches here. We'll see if J Money does it as well. Had the crossover in the last game, so could see something, but could also keep it yellow. And there it is. That's the 3rd game in a row. We have an immediate switch off the start. Both these players really not liking the starting color and want to do something else, and we roll with the red to begin things. Red 9, gonna keep it rolling on the red. We really start these games early with just the red, with just the numbers here, but towards the end, a lot of the ammo comes in. A lot of these games so far have just been holding that ammo to the end to get that big run. So might be in store for something similar here as well. It's gonna be an early jump though. Wild blue. Omii might have ran out on red. We'll see how J Money responds to this. It's going to be just a blue 3, so going to keep it cool. I'm going to have a chance to play blue 6. And it's going to keep rolling on the blues here. I think with the 12 card start makes it a little bit more elongated in terms of how this goes, but at any moment that big run could happen as we get a ditto here. We both might have wanted that green switch. And that actually does not help J Money though. He draws. Omii keeps it going. And now J Money's in trouble here. And they're okay. There's the first +4 of the entire series. We go into yellow. And based on how this has gone so far, I'm really curious if yellow is going to be the finish here for Omii throughout the for the last 3 cards. J Money with the yellow 4, and yeah, I was correct. I'm gonna be all yellow there with the double +2 and yellow +2, yellow reverse, yellow 5. Gonna get 1 back. But yeah, another one that's kind of like a sort of plan A, but felt like with the way that was going, that was gonna be all yellow to the finish. Omii got 1 on the board. Any thoughts on that game and anything that worked out well for you to get that one done?
I think I had possibly the best number efficiency of all time, dude. I started my deck with like a 6-7, and another 6. Like I had 3 6, 2 7s, and then once he switched to red, I thought it was like just over because I like that was the only color that I didn't have a switch for. So that was perfect.
Okay. Anyways, don't really have much for J Money there. I'm gonna roll with the game 4 call. And yeah, we'll see how it goes with that. And we start with the green 9. So again, no power play yet. I don't really expect that to come out until later in this series. But real question, we're gonna get 4 for 4 on the immediate switches. That is the question. Not this time. J Money's gonna stick it with the green. Does Omii stick it with the green though? No, he does not. He goes for the immediate switch once again. So can't really escape a first turn overall without it. But J Money is gonna have the double green 3. That's another number efficiency. Omii's gonna be able to play the green, but J Money keeps it green. Actually likes the starting color this time, and he's gonna keep it rolling. Omii still has some left in the tank as well, though. But J Money has ran out. Can Omii keep it going? Yes, he can. So the green actually worked out better for Omii. Really looking to make this an away based series and to make it 2-2. But we'll see what J Money does here. He is taking a second. Gonna be a wild red. And Omii has no red at all, so kind of detrimental for him right now. But J Money gonna keep it going. Omii gonna be looking for that quick switch. Omii has the red one. Could that be a top deck, or maybe does he have a hold on that? No, it's gonna be a top deck. So Omii in trouble here. Not what he needed. It's J Money looking to go on potentially a bit of a run and another finish, and we are seeing a lot of plan A here so far. The wild for J Money ends up giving him the win, and it's another Uno draw from Cyan. Okay, but 3-1 here. Yeah, plan A is really the name of the game here. This is kind of reminding me of how my series went yesterday. So yeah, that's just kind of how this has been going so far. But all right. I'll ask J Money if he got the wild off the draw. That's really the only question, because that was the big difference for J Money there, getting that wild. But yeah, I don't really have much for Omii. That not really much you could do there. Pure numbers again. I mean, Omii, you were kind of on a good roll though. Throughout that, I just think the wild red kind of put you in a bad spot and could never get the switch. And then yeah, just kind of able to run the reverse chain to the finish. Note the red plus two, interesting. So I'm okay. I'm interested. I'm interested then in why not the immediate wild, but because the red plus two in the grand scheme of things didn't really do anything. Um, but yeah, yeah, 3-1. Omii's gonna have the homestand again, but this has been a very interesting series with a lot of the plan A. Game 1 was pretty straightforward, but game 2 and 4 have been plan A. Fully clear, but I don't see where. Do you, okay, hold on. Yeah, I'm a little confused by that because the red plus two didn't really do anything. Um, maybe the headache is getting a little bit. Oh, okay, I see. Uh, but all right. So just wanted to have that insurance, I guess. But 3-1 here. Omii's gonna have the call. Just can't pick 12. Gonna be looking for a big one here because it doesn't want to go down 4-1 because that was a similar spot Ridley was in earlier today. But 10 cards here from Omii. Gonna start off with the blue reverse, and I mean I feel like this opens up the door for a quick switch right away. But will he jump on it? No, Omii does not switch right away to start things off. Blue's 0, so actually might like the blue. And J Money has nothing on the blue to start, so bad start for J Money on this initial draw. Has no blue, and Omii's just gonna roll through with this. But J Money's gonna get the quick switch to yellow, so no, Omii's gonna get the quick switch to red now. So dictating the color here, Omii looking to take command and make this 2-3. But yeah, J Money able to play the 9 though. Omii looking to keep things rolling here and stay in control. And he's gonna do a lot of light switching here, seeing a lot of Yepes with the quick switches. And trying to play a little tricky. But gonna stick with the yellow for now. J Money's gonna go for the red. So we go back there. Second wild red, and that's the second time in a row Omii has drawn off the wild red. So this red has been absolutely detrimental to him when it comes to these wilds getting played. Only had the red 6 there. So a bit of a small call out for J Money, but able to have that lineup, but just kind of able to keep things rolling here. And actually, no, that's going to be a draw right away. Who maybe was expecting a switch out, but didn't get it. Now we are stuck on the red 1. J Money gets the top deck on the red 5. Omii could be looking for a switch out, but also could be fine with this draw city. But J Money could get the switch here. He's more in the driver's seat at the moment. Doesn't get it though. Ami now scurrying through the deck looking for something here to help him get back into this game. We're not really gonna know if he finds it till the end, but another top deck from J Money. He's able to keep his cards low right now with these top decks. You see there, if he gets that switch, he's off rolling. And I mean, based off the type, might get it right here. No, he does not. He's going to be a draw. And the draw city continues. And again, I mean, if J Money wins this one, would be the second 4-1 lead we have seen so far. But Ridley made that one back to make it 4-4, force a game 9. Ultimately, did not come out the victor. But J Money looking to get this win to put himself in a very good position as we get the green switch. Ditto there on the 2. Now we look to roll on green, but Ami's gonna have to find something here because he is behind right now. Yellow switch. I mean, this series has been plan A, but there's a second wild here from J Money. Only had the +2 though, so Ami not liking his odds though. Let's go the green. Okay, no, Ami's gonna jump for it, goes to the +6 and goes back into the yellow, was not gonna have it. Just gonna have a quick check there. Now 10-9, so J Money's still in the lead, but Ami keeping things alive, and we get a quick switch into the blue now. Bit of a reaction game going on right now. But rolling the blue, Ami's really looking for J Money to have that draw, because it's gonna be what he needs, because I'm not really sure how he's doing on the ammo. And there's the draw right there. Omii looking to keep things rolling on the blue potentially, or maybe get a switch here. That is the draw he needed. Oh, it's going to be a 3-card run here. Blue skip, yellow 1. Maybe the wrong color. Okay. Interesting call. Interesting how that happened, but bot lags a bit. Maybe a small mistake on that, but we do go back into the yellow, and now we're going back into the blue. I mean, the way that lines up with the 2-card run, that could spell trouble. We've seen this before, and we will green. Okay, blue reverse, green reverse, green reverse. Uno draw. There's no call out. There's the Uno. Bit of chaos here. But Omii has a chance to respond. But now what is that last card for J Money? That's gonna be the real question. Past 5 minutes. We know Omii might have a wild here, but we'll have to see if that ends up panning out. Green skip. Does he look for a color switch? This has been a really interesting game so far. Has the +4, and that's actually gonna do it. Pulls the rug from underneath, and Omii is gonna make it 2-3. And just the second +4 to the game, or the series, and both of them have come from Omii. And that one came at a time of need for him, especially. I mean, for J Money, I mean, maybe the considerations is using the power play there to make it 4-1. But ultimately, Omii is going to take that one. Omii, any thoughts on that one? Any of the feelings you were going through as that was going on, as you were able to escape with that one and make it 2-3?
Dude, once I saw like he pulled out everything, all of the ammo, I was like, oh, it's over. It's gonna be 1-4. And then like I was I was trying to desperately call him out, but it didn't work. Thankfully though, like the cards were on my side. I got a bunch of good cards from the beginning. God damn, I'll take it.
All right, then for J Money, was that when I couldn't quite get the finish or the 4-1? Any thoughts? Anything you could have done there? And what was that last card? I am curious what the last card was, because especially if it was green or even number efficiency, maybe the power play could have been used there. That definitely would have changed the changed how that game would have went. And we'll be curious on his input on this one. Again, yeah, I agree, Nick. That 3-2 is way
Let's go,
better than
Nick.
4-1.
Let's do this.
Nothing else could have been done. I had to play with what was given. Last card was a red 8. Well, he could have used the power play there, actually, because he could have had that number efficiency. Huh, so that's interesting. If this series goes away, it goes a specific way, I feel like we're gonna look back on that one as a massive what if. But it's still 2-3. It's still 2-3. We go to game 6 here. Omii with the call. He's gonna go 11. So we'll see how this pans out as we wait for the start here. There it is. And so we go with the yellow 9. So I think this is the second 9 we've started with. Omii didn't have the initial switch the last game. Gonna stick with it now. That might actually be a bit of a slight adjustment there potentially. J Money is gonna go for the switch though. But yeah, Omii maybe not liking that immediate switch right away. Gonna roll with the blue though. And I mean, this is really just a contest of who draws first here at this point. It's how most of these games have gone. J Money with another switch here, gonna test out the green. I would expect at least to play here. And wow, okay, that's an aggressive wild there. Not wanting to go on the green, gonna stick with the blue. J Money has the 8. I'm gonna keep it going though. Blue 0, so J Money still with a good amount of blue, and Omii actually is the first to draw on that one, so might have been a bit of an aggressive play there. But ultimately the zero is gonna cause both of them to draw, so bit of a stall out in the end. Might actually be what Omii was hoping for. But another draw from Omii. J Money typing, looking for a potential play here. His typing. I'm wondering if he got a big bailout here. We saw this in game number 2. And yes, he did. It is 4 skips in a row and ends it with the green 2. So, big run from J Money once again. Green 8. We go into the green. J Money looking for the lineup. Gets Uno. Omii had the call out ready. What is the play from Omii here? 7 cards. Switches the blue. Looks for the stall out. And he's not going to get it with the number efficiency. J Money is 1 away from the finale. Wow. Omii, anything else you maybe could have done there? Any other options? Or was it just that or a draw?
Drawing, dude. Drawing. I had nothing.
Nothing? Okay. The only switch was the only thing you could have done. J Money gets the number efficiency 1 away from the series win. Quick thoughts on him. We'll get quick thoughts from him. Yeah, I mean, now we're in a real spot where we might have this 14v14 finale, which would be kind of crazy. But J Money 1 away from the win, got the bail to get down to 2, and number efficiency to end it. Thoughts on that one? Thoughts on that one and being 1 away from the finale. Yeah, this has been a bit of a bizarre series. I mean, 4 of the 6 games have really been plan A. But J Money's just kind of been able to capitalize off these draw cities. That's really where he's been getting his bread and butter. So we'll see what J Money has to say on this, but he's in the driver's seat at the moment because he's gonna have the call for the next 2 games. Just clean run, nothing crazy to say about it. All right. He is typing something else though, so I might have a follow up. As for being one away, job ain't finished. All right, so has that series not over till there's 5 wins on the board mentality. So we will see what J Money goes with for game 7. Just can't pick 11. I am curious to see what he goes with here. But J Money in a really good spot right now. Taking a second to think, gonna go 13, so gonna keep creeping up higher. And we start with the yellow 4. J Money's been one who's initiating these quick switches to start things off here, so I'm curious if he will get this to do the switch this time. For Omii's gonna have to find something here. And even if it's not on the card, it's gonna maybe just have to find some sort of adjustment that he can control. J Money gonna stick with the yellow, so yellow 9. I'm gonna stick with the yellow 5. So first we get through a turn without an immediate switch, which I believe is the first time this entire series. I think another thing I also want to point out as well, we have barely seen any +4s throughout this. Only 2 +4s in the entire series thus far. Both of them came from Omii. One of them was a finish as well. So really not a lot of +4 involvement here. Mostly have been the other ammo getting the spotlight, but running the yellow right now. This is as long as you run a starting color all series, and J Money has ran out on the yellow, so sticking with the start actually does not pan out because he can't find that switch. What can Omii do on this yellow though, or maybe does he have a switch on the 2? He does have a switch on the 2. He goes red. J Money should be able to be freed up and play this now, but Omii with the lead. Could play with the red 4. I mean, J Money's really kind of played his ammo precautiously throughout most of the series, so he's been doing a good job of saving it and just getting rid of those numbers so he can line up to the finish. But gotta be wondering what Omii decides to respond with. But he's gonna go for a light switch with the green 4 now. J Money able to play it. I mean, I would be surprised if he wasn't able to play these early ones here, especially if we get to switch the blue at some point. But Omii just trying to throw anything at the wall and see if it sticks. Omii typing it up a bit. And it's going to be a 4-card run into the yellow. So we go back to yellow. J Money really did not have much on this yellow here before. And with the fact there really wasn't many draws here, I would not be surprised if he doesn't have much here as well. Could maybe have 1 card, but I think for J Money, really going to be looking for that quick switch. Doesn't have anything. Can Omii keep it rolling? He's going to have to switch the blue, so that might be it for yellow for now. But Omii in control right now for game 7. Now we'll see what J Money has in this blue. He's gonna have a +4 here, so that's his first +4 of the series. Omii's still in the lead, but now we go green. I don't think that's necessarily what Omii was hoping for. But he goes with the immediate wild yellow. Might have found a bit on that +4 there. He's hoping to stall out J Money right now. And he is going to stall him out. No, it's going to be yellow 3 play. He's just going to try to get rid of some of this yellow he may have picked up. And he switch right away into the blue. I don't know if that's what Omii was really hoping for there, but yeah, looking to Omii looking for any answers here. Gonna just roll with the blue. I am curious if he still has yellow in his hand, which I mean, if he does, he's got to find a way to get back to it. Gonna have a double on the blue here, but is that all she wrote on the blue? Well, for now it is in general. Red 6 switch, cross over the yellow, finds the yellow. As I said, needed to find a way to get back to the yellow and got it. Now J Money has to find a switch here because we know he has been terrible on yellow all game. So Omii could be in a good spot here. Plays the yellow 7. And that actually foils Omii potentially. But this might force a bit of a stall out here, and it does. So one yellow here from J Money. It's gonna force another draw city. Gets the yellow 7 off the draw. Not really gonna do much there. It's gonna be a double draw from both sides. Once again. But that does keep J Money down on the cards. Omii with the lead, but he's looking to find a breakout at some point. Gets the wild blue. There is the breakout. Finds the wild. Now we run blue. J Money is going to power play on the blue. That could end up being a fatal switch. We know he has a lot of these saves here. Blue 2. Is it the finish? We've seen power plays before where it's not the finish there, so this isn't necessarily a guarantee, but this seems very favorable for J Money right now. I mean, with the long type here, blue reverse, blue plus 2. I mean, oh man, this is looking to be a huge run here. Still has 5 cards. Red plus 2, red reverse. Oh my lord, 7 card run potentially the finish. I mean, this has been the ammo save. J Money has had yellow reverse. Looking to just line it up to not make any mistakes here. And the plus 4 that ended as well. Gonna tie it up on the plus 4 that ended, and J Money has completed the 14v14 finale here. And wow, that was quite the series to say the least. I mean, you look at that, look at the ammo there. The skips and reverses were absolutely dominant. Everything else was relatively the same. Actually, literally the same. Only the skips and reverses were differentiated in the end there. But a lot of big runs for J Money throughout that series. Omii was kind of just in a tough spot throughout that, but we'll go to Omii. I think there were at times there really wasn't much you could do there, unfortunately. But any takeaways from the series and thoughts on making the Final Four here going forward for the rest of the season?
I mean, at the end of the day, I'm pretty happy to make it here. Nothing to say at the end of for this game. Like, genuinely got punished for being so lucky on my last 2 games. It was bound to happen. But I'm looking forward towards 23. Hopefully I can win or make it far again. And good luck to J Money. I hope he wins it. He played great. Good luck to him.
All right, J Money, you're in the finale. Was able to use the massive saves and runs to your advantage, and now you're in the 14v14 finale. Thoughts on making it to this point, and is the job now done? He's been saying before, job's not done. Gets the win here and looking to try and put himself in a spot where the job is done. I mean, I think he's done a really good job tonight with what he was able to get. But despite the headache, that really did not seem to set him back, as he was able to get on a roll here throughout this one. Omii really was able to not have much answers for most of that game, and I mean, game 1 loss there in game 1 maybe kind of derailed some of the momentum there, because 2 to 4 was just plan A, and Omii did get 1 there, but a lot of big runs from J Money, which was a really big decider. I would have to check. I think Joao would get the home field, but yeah, 14v14 is very unprecedented, but that's what we have. Yeah, because I think because that it goes that would go down to the overall seeding, which I think Joao is slightly higher. So yeah, that is a wild way to end that one. But I mean, while we're waiting, Joao, any thoughts on the finale here after winning earlier today, and facing off against fellow 14 seed J Money to win the tournament?
It's gonna be. It's either gonna be a sweep on one of them or a very close game. It's not gonna be in between. It's gonna be one of the two.
Right, we will see what happens. Hopefully, from a spectating perspective, it's a close game. But for J Money, super excited, super pumped. Never doubted my capabilities. Get to this point. Job still ain't finished. One last stretch. We will see who gets the job done. I'm just gonna. I'm just gonna leave that there. I'm gonna get the write-ups later tonight, but that will do it. That will be the finale. The finale will probably happen on Monday. I know Joel can't do Friday or Saturday, and of course Sunday's Easter. We're not playing then. So bit of a modified Easter break in a way, where Friday, Saturday, Sunday off rather than the Sunday, Monday, Tuesday on the calendar. We'll just make that quick adjustment there. Oh, you might be able to play on Saturday. Okay, well we'll try to go for Saturday then. But we'll discuss it. We'll discuss that when we can. But that's gonna do it. We'll take a look at the bracket. 14v14 finale. Joao versus J Money. Ridley locks in 3rd place. Omii gonna be 4th for this tournament, but gonna be interesting to see who wins this. We're guaranteed a 14 seed to win, no matter who gets the job done. So exciting stuff. I believe that's gonna be the first 14 seed to win a tournament. But kind of just goes to show you some of the parity we see here down in D2, and one of these players are going to be able to lock their spot into the D2 championship in their first tournament of the season. Going to be exciting stuff. We'll see who gets the job done, but that'll do it from our end. Thank you all so much for watching the stream. We'll be back with the D1 Automotive April finale at 11:30 a.m. tomorrow with Gone, D2 player from last season, against some person named G-Man. He exists. He's involved with D2 in some sort of way, but technically some more D2 action in a way tomorrow, but and then after that we'll join you, come back to Archery April with the Archery April Bullseye Finale. We'll see who gets the job done there. We'll be a 14 seed, we know that much for sure. Just the question is which one will it be. But with that being said, thank you all so much for watching. This has been G-Man on behalf of the MRE UNO commission team and everyone else who came to watch. We thank you all so much, and we will catch you all for tomorrow morning's action in April D1. And then whenever we get it scheduled, we will catch you for the D2 finale. But until then, thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you next time.
This has been a presentation of MRE UNO, Division 2.